thanks again for joining us on this faithful occasion, the dedication and consecration of the Beit Olam East Cemetery, our house of forever. I'm Stan Kaplan, Executive Director of the Jewish Cemetery Association of Massachusetts. I was president of JCAM when Rabbi Blumberg came to me addressing a growing problem in our community. The interfaith Jewish community was increasing in numbers, and there was no Jewish cemetery in Metro West that could accommodate these families in a respectful and inclusive manner. I soon began the search for land that would accommodate both traditional and Reform Jewish families in a restful, dignified, reflective setting. 16 synagogues, from Newton to Westboro, from Lexington to Westwood, from Ashland to Sudbury, traditional, Reform, and unaffiliated, all joined together to create a new Jewish cemetery that would, for the first time ever, embrace the diversity of the Metro West Jewish community. What was truly striking and completely unpredictable was the huge outpouring of support we received from the Jewish interfaith community. Many hundreds of sites were purchased by unaffiliated interfaith Jewish families in just 4 extraordinary months. Our site sales were way off the chart. Instead of a 30-year sales horizon, Beit Olam virtually sold out in just 7 short years, which was the reason why JCAM embarked on this ambitious expansion project we now call Beit Olam East, so named for its proximity to the original Beit Olam cemetery.
We come together today as one community to formally dedicate this place as a sanctuary of peace and rest. In accordance with our tradition, we share in the voice of our sacred scriptures, the book of Tehillim, the book of Psalms, to fill this space with sanctity and words of Torah today.
Adonai, our God, how majestic is your name throughout the earth. You have covered the heavens with your splendor. When I behold your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars that you set in place.
O God, where can I escape from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I ascend to heaven, you are there. If I descend to the depths, you are there too. If I take wing with the dawn to come to rest on the west
domain. God has planted eternity within our hearts and souls, granting us a share in an unending life. Standing, as we always do, in God's sacred presence, we dedicate this Beit Olam, this place where these two worlds touch.
The great Israeli poet Abba Kovner once wrote the following. He said that we should remember the past, live the present, and trust the future. And it seems to me that the mission of JCAM, the Jewish Cemetery Association of Massachusetts, is very much in that tradition articulated by Abba Kovner. Because the mission of JCAM is twofold: to restore and preserve our Jewish past through our cemeteries, but also to be a forward-looking planning organization concerned with the future of our entire Jewish community. And I think what we're really celebrating today, as we dedicate this cemetery, is a constantly evolving and inclusive vision for the vitality of Jewish life, always built on 3 basic principles: the principles of Torah, Chesed, and Tzedek, learning, caring, and justice. So this wonderful journey that we're participating on is made possible in part by the knowledge that our final resting places are as much a part of that constantly evolving vision as every other institution in Jewish life. Once again, as Abba Kovner said, and it is the quote that is on the last wall of the House of the Jewish Diaspora in Tel Aviv, let us today consecrate this sacred ground and always remember the past, live the present, and trust the future, secure in the knowledge that if we are true to the principles of our people and true to the principles articulated in the Torah, that we will be a strong Jewish community for many, many, many decades, for many, many generations to come. Thank Thank you.
O God, in whose hands are the souls of all the living and the spirits of all flesh, with pride and honor we consecrate this ground for the purpose of honoring members of our family and community who have entered eternity. As we dedicate this memorial, help us, O God, to honor all of them by our actions and our aspirations. In the name of our departed, in the presence of this sacred community, we consecrate Beit Olam East Cemetery as an enduring sign of love and respect.
We're going to mark this place as a sacred space for us, for our families, for our communities, and for generations to come by together walking the perimeter of this holy spot. As we do that, we're going to stop for 7 times throughout the course of our walk.
He